Welcome back to MTGplay. Today, this is your host, Luna. Thank you for everything, and thank you for always showing up to watch our videos. Today, we're going to be doing a live stream. Today, I felt like doing a little bit of drafting. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the bell to hit the notification. You get the notification every time we upload a new video so that you're able to see the newest content. Today is going to be our first official stream, so don't forget to go over there and follow. And then, so today, without further ado, let's do some quick draft of Throne of Eldraine. Let's get started. So what I'm seeing here is we got a kill spell. Our rare is the Knight, so that's definitely want to possibly go in the Knight direction. Got some removal. We can go with the adventure strategy, but I think personally what I want to do is I see some pretty good Knight synergy in this pack 1, so I'm going to go with the Knight. It's got flash, able to give some death touch, and that's pretty darn good. What I'm looking at is I probably am going to go here. It's the best pick, especially for the Knight deck, so let's go with that. Alright, we can grab another one of these commanders. It's definitely going to be putting us in a good spot. It's got death touch, so its toughness is equal to the Knight's, so we definitely got to go Knight Tribal. And whenever it attacks another target Knight I control gains indestructible. So that's probably the best pick. If I were to look at anything else, I'd either go with the Fairy or the Legion, but I just got to snap pick that Knight. Okay, so if we're going Knights, definitely not going to try to go into Mardu. It is a possibility. I can always grab the Switch's Oven and hope the kitty wheel's back, but I think the smartest move to do is to go here and grab the Paladin to keep the Knight strategy going. Okay, so we don't have any Knights available to us. I could go all that glitters, but that means I gotta start going the enchantment route. We already are in black-white, so I think the best thing to do is just grab this 1-drop so we can get a curve going. Okay, I really like this card. We can go with the 1-drop, but it doesn't help us, but I do enjoy this card for Knight Tribal. It really definitely helps. Especially in the late game when you just need to get some extra damage in. So I'm not trying to go in Mardu. I think right here this is probably going to be the best bet, or I can grab the land. This would give us the ability to go into Mardu, but I think what I want to do is I want to grab here to be able to make some more smaller creatures beefier. So I can grab a Scarecrow, just doesn't work for me. I think I'm going to go here because it's a 1-drop. It'll just help with our curve. Got a Soldier and we got a Knight, so this is our first pack. I think I'm going to go with the Knight. Keep the strategy going, and it's got first strike. So as far as here, I think the weapon pack, there's not always a lot of enchantments you're going to deal with. I think Glass Casket might be one. They're also going to be in blue, but I'm pretty sure weapons rack might be our best pick. Okay, so Knight. I don't know if we're going to be playing the Scarecrow Knight, but it definitely goes with our synergy. Come in here, so that's another enchantment we can deal with. I think the best pick here is definitely this to make the toughness a bit bigger. Not going to play either of these, so I'm going to grab the land. And then another Scarecrow, so I know I'm not going to play either of these. So what I'm looking at is we got a good Knight. It's definitely got the Adamant ability. We got just a vanilla Knight here. So I think I'm going to go with this Knight. We don't have any kill spells. This is kill small things. We only have one way to trigger this with our weapons rack. Don't know what's going to get played. This is interesting. It could definitely be something to help buff the team, but it also only hits one color, and we are a 2-colored deck. I am kind of feeling the direction of, yeah, let's get the creature removal spell. Yeah, let's just grab the removal spell. Looking here, we got a Knight. There's something death touch. We're not going to Mardu, so let's go with the Knight. Alright, we got another Knight option. We have 2 of these. We got a lot of small drops, so I think I'm going to go with the 4-drop. Another good pick would definitely be here. It gives us another 1-drop synergy, but 1-drop creature, but this gives us a synergy within the Knight deck. So let's go with Knights. We have another Knight. We can go with the 1-drop. But we don't have a bunch of big creatures, do we? No, we got some small, well, I mean, we have decent sized creatures. don't have many bombs. We're definitely an aggro deck, but this can come in later on in the game. We do have another creature here. So for me, I'm looking at, do I just want to grab the flyer, give this over the air, maybe even some protection to deal with the creatures in the air. Just brings out a 2/2 with Vigilance. Helps with the Night Synergy. This helps with Night Synergy. This makes things faster, but I kind of want to be able to go over the air. So you never know what could quite happen up there. For me, it's like, do I either pick up in a Mardu, or do I just go here? And I think right here's the best bet. Okay, so cards in our graveyard, we're not gonna, unless we deal with mill, it's gonna be a big option. There's gonna be definitely a lot of creatures that we're going aggro, so I think since we're going aggro, I want to get the pump spell. This hits the whole team. So we got another knight that can enter with a counter on it. So let's go with that. So it's either grab the 2-drop, which we have some 2-drops. We're going really big heavy later on, and we're already at 20. So I'm not a very big fan of these stats. This is more of vanilla, but it is better stats for 1 more mana. Let's grab the 1-drop. A weapon rack is another pick we could do here. We already have 2 of these. I don't think we need much of that, so let's go with the 1-drop. Okay, probably not going to play anything, but just in case, there's a buff spell, and it can be a kill spell as well. I'm not going to really go in this direction. Let's just grab the drawbridge just in case. And we can play that. So we'll go here. We're not going to be playing it probably. Okay, so I like seeing... There's 2 cards in this pack that I really want to get. It would either be here with the Smitten Swordmaster or here with the Falmer Knight. This definitely helps with the synergy of the Knights, and it can get a lot of extra damage. We already have some 1-drops. This can draw some cards, and it's a good 1-drop. But I think I want to go here for the simple fact is it's the drain in game. Oh, this is perfect for the Knights. But what else is in the pack? So we could go in this direction, but that's hoping that we're going to face against another aggro deck. Yeah, let's just go here. It's a Night Lord. Another 2-drop. We could grab the removal spell, which that would be decent. We don't have a bunch of removal spell, but I think I'm going to go with another Knight. We're going to all aggro with this deck. Alright, let's grab another flyer. Really go over the air. So I want to grab this Knight. It's got Menace, but it also goes out of Synergy. I'm not a big fan of this card, but we don't have a lot of removal spells. We've got plenty of aggro, so just in case, I'm going to pick that up. Okay, this is definitely necessary. We needed the removal. Okay, so out of all of these, we're definitely small. I don't think we're going to use anything in this pack, but if I were to use anything, it'd probably be the weapon rack. Oh, alright, so we can get our mana fixing. We can also get an armor to give something vigilance. So we can get some hand hit, mana fixing, armor. So this one even could be useful. The only issue is we are in 2 colors. So do you want to grab the armor or the lands? I think I want to go with the mana fixing since it's all Night deck. Alright, so it's between here and here. I think I'm going to go with the armor. Okay, so it's equal to the number of artifacts or enchantments control, not going to help us. This is a 7 drops, 5/7. None of these cards are really going to get played. We aren't an artifact heavy deck, so I think I'm just going to go with the Royal. Night Synergy. We'll go with there. Alright, here. So we're definitely able to get the Knights all well together. So now the only issue is what exactly am I cutting? Because I got a lot to cut. So we're definitely going to be cutting here. And I like to do the 24 and 16. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all my lands. And let's get down to the 24. So this definitely is getting cut. So we have quite a bit going on here. We need the kill spell. This is a nice buff spell. It can also be a kill spell in the result. I don't think we need 3 of these, especially since it doesn't help our Night Synergy. Well, we're definitely gonna, I'm only gonna play 1 of these, if any. I don't feel confident in there. The weapon rack, let's cut down to one of those. We don't even play any of the weapon rack. Because it is, unfortunately, only sorcery speed. So I feel like cutting down one of these. I might just cut these all together because I'm not a big fan of them, but I think cut the weapon rack first. We have our flyers. This is probably our worst removal spell in the entire deck, but it is nice to have removal. Okay, so I'm looking at this. We have 11 2-drops, so let's look at the 2-drops. So Shining Armor is somewhat useful, but it only really buffs and gives things vigilance. It would be nice to have that, to have a bigger body. We got our flash. We do have a small kill spell. Spin. I'm keeping the smitten. I'm just not a big fan of this jousting dummy. It's only a 2/1. It's in colorless. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this and just get rid of the dummy. So 3 more cards to cut. Looking at it, I want to keep the kill spell only because kill spells are useful, but this is in our hand for a long time. It's a dead card. And also, unless we face against control or we just have to be really aggressive and do some trades, I don't think we need 3 of these. So let's bump that down. Now we have 2 left to cut. Yeah, I'm going to cut this, and then the Festive Funeral. I'm going back and forth on that. We have 4 1-drops. So let's look at her. So 4 1-drops, 9 2-drops. So we're definitely very low to the ground. We're extremely aggro deck. Did I make any mistakes in cuts? So as far as cuts, I'm not quite sure what I would have kept out of the cuts. Like, I'm just going to go with... yeah, let's go with this removal spell. We'll bring in our mana fixing. Bring in the lands. And then, since I got to cut one, let's do the count. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I just want to double check. Okay, so 14. So that means, no. Okay, so it'd be 16 as our count. So what we want to do is divide that by 8. We divide in half and we get 8. So we have our 8 planes, but we do have 1 source of fixing that. And then on the reverse side is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only need really 5 black sources. So since we can cut here, we already have definitely the mana fixing, and I think it would be fine. We could be fine to pump this up to 9 and this down to 6, but just in case, in the Arena Shuffler, you know what? Yeah, let's bump it down to 6, and we'll bump this down up since we need a lot more, and then I'm second guessing myself. So let's just go back to how it originally was. So this feels right. Okay, so let's get going to our game 1. Don't forget, during this time of difficultness with COVID, support your local LGSs. You may not be able to go there in person, but you can always go to get curb service. I'm sorry about the stumbling. And doing the curbside service, you can always support your local LGSs in that way. This is a difficult time, and we want to make sure once COVID is all over that we have somewhere to play. Hopefully all your loved ones are taken care of and are safe. Hope the best for everyone. It's definitely a difficult time. For future content, realistically, we're going to do some streaming. Unfortunately, we've had a little financial snag, and we're not able to do many box openings. As soon as we can, we will. So we're going to be playing against our opponent soon. Alright, Arena seems to be a little slow right now. We're getting there. If you like any of the content we've made, don't forget to comment below and to tell us what kind of content you'd like to see from us. We always like to see what we can do to improve, and if you have any comments about future content as well. So we're going to keep this. We got both our mana colors we needed. We can definitely do something here. I can hold back this mitten for later, or I can just play it early. But I think since I have these two, I'm going to definitely keep this, and we're just going to start with the winner more. So our opponent's mulliganing. That's a good sign for us. They are in green, so it's definitely going to be an aggro deck. Alright, so Lesnia it is. Save a 3-1, which is going to be a little difficult for us to deal with for just now. We do have a Death Touch here. we definitely do want to be able to. So whenever this attacks another target knight, so it's not going to be able to protect itself. So they're playing adventures. So Lesnia adventures. They do have bigger. Unfortunately, we have to just take that for now. Alright, so what I have to do here is figure out can room cost 3 or greater. So we can't hit this. It's definitely going to be something that's going to bother us later on down the road. We can always play this to deal with it. It's something we can deal with later on. We can set up here. So I think now the best bet is to get our setup started. We're not going to be able to protect this, and realistically, they're not going to want to trade their Wandermare, but I think it would be a bad part. So I don't really want to be taking 6. We might be taking 3 next turn, but I have a kill spell, and we also have some knights. Okay, so they made. Alright. I'm just going to take the 3 for now. Not at 10 life, so I'm not in the danger zone, but we could be taking a disadvantage. We don't have the triple black we have here. We do have some way to gain some life back. So what I think I want to kill this right here. Have these 1/1s. We do have some stuff going on. Not worrying about drain again. It is sorcery speed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into attack since they'll both be. It's indestructible, correct? Yeah, indestructible. So going in for 4 unless they're gonna block. So we're looking at taking 5. But yes, so I'm just gonna do this now to try to gain a little bit of extra life. So next turn, so this turn realistically they're going to play this, yes. So now there's a 2/2 that we got to deal with. So now we need to build up a little bit of a wall. So the best way to do this is here and here. So now we have a way, either way we'll gain some life and hit here, or we can block here. If we attack with just one of these, we can get through. So I think that's what I want to do, is just do one attack. It's the safest bet. Another target knight, it doesn't really matter, so we'll go here. Realistically, we should have hit here, but we don't have any kill spells that I can see that they would have. So now we got a pretty good defense going on. They could have something like outflank, but okay, so they have a creature, so they can try going up defensively. But if they go to attack the shepherd, so now with the shepherd, definitely want to block here, so we can gain a little bit of life. And alright, so we gained life. Now we're at the advantage. And we don't have our triple black for adamant. This does have a bigger toughness. Doesn't help with our knights, but right now we need the bigger bodies. So they can buff their creatures, so definitely I feel more confident in this. I don't want to attack, because they have a creature that can block it, unless I were to do a double attack, but then that would put us at a disadvantage. They do both have Death Touch. We have a way to block their creatures, and so you know what? I'm going to go with both of these. They have Death Touch, and I can turn both of them indestructible. So here with that one, here with this one. So now they're both attacking indestructible Death Touchers. So realistically, they're going to take the 4. I'm going to be able to block their creatures if they're coming in swinging. If they have some form of pump spell that could be hurting us, but for now, okay, so they're going to want to take the damage. They forgot it was indestructible, hopefully. Okay, so they're down to 10 and we're at 13. So now we can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. That was not good for us. The adamant. Alright, so now they got a bunch of bigger creatures than us. We have our triple black, so just in case, we want to make sure that it's all there. Okay, so we're going to pay here. So now that we have the flyer, they can't really do anything about. This enters the battle for the 1/1 counter. We got a bigger body. They can pump up the team. So what I want to do, though, is just start swinging in over the air. We have some Death Touchers. We can deal with the creatures. We're both empty-handed. We have a huge advantage that we can go in the air. They can't. What I would hate to see is another Silver Flame. Okay, so, nope, they're going to just bring in more dorks, and then they're going to play that next turn. They still can pump, but they're at a disadvantage. So power 3 or greater, so we can still block this with our 1 or more. They do have these 2/2, so I'm curious, are they just going to try to play defensively? Or, okay, so they're playing defensively. So outflank deals damage to target, attacking or blocking creature equal number of creatures you control. Okay, that's fantastic. So right now, I'm just going to hit them with a flyer to just try to go over them. Since they have no way to deal with it, it feels like the best play here. Alright, and they have more bodies, so I'm just going to have to play more conservative. They can still pump it up, so now next turn they can double pump. I am at 13. I have no way to pump this. The only creatures I would really want to get rid of are these two, so let's play the body out. We need to keep up the wall with defense, so let's go here. They do have some lifelink, which is unfortunate. We have a way to deal with them, so just be temporary. We're going to hit them for 3, staying down to 1, so as long as nothing crazy happens, that should be the game. We have enough bodies. They do have 8 creatures. They have nothing in hand. They can pump them up. They can do a double pump, so it's just all about the math right here. So right now we're looking at 4, which I'm fine with, but they can, okay, so 6. Looking at 6. So here they're going to be able to gain life. They can definitely pump. So right now, what are we looking at? So this is 2, 4, 6. So 9, 12. So that's not good for us. That's a lot of damage coming through. So with this having menace, they're definitely going to gain some life. So I want to let's outflank this. They're not gaining any life. So now all we are worrying about is what that would be taking 8, which I'm fine with taking 8. They're not gaining any life now. So we use the outflank. Let's just block and gain a little bit of life. No, they just scooped. Okay, so the whole thing, they were betting on that life gain. Okay, on to the next game. So we're going to try to go through this entire draft. Who knows how far we're going to get, but next time we're going to be doing a little bit of drafting again. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that notification to get a bell every time we upload new videos. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see all of our content whenever we have it. And then also hit that like button so we know you truly liked it. We would like to be able to help out all of our local LGSs if we can. Unfortunately, we can't go, but there is curbside service. We are able to call and hopefully make some orders to make sure when COVID is all over and we can go play in store, that we have somewhere to play. Hopefully everybody's loved ones are very safe, and we hope the best for everyone's health. Here at MTGplay, we definitely want to provide the best possible content we can. Alright, so we got 3 lands, so we can play all our cards. We definitely have the Wintermoor, which I think I'm going to play that. No, I want to play the first Striker first, the Youthful Knight. So yeah, we're definitely keeping that. Okay, so let's start off with the Plains. So I'm seeing mono white right now, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so we got a Squire. So definitely a good thing. We got this. Oh, we got our Flasher. Death Touch and Lifelink, but for now we want to have the advantage. It may be early, but the advantage is always useful. Okay, so looking like an adventure deck. Okay, so trying to decide what I want to do, because we can go and attack, and then it would leave us vulnerable, but we will get the first strike, so they double block. You know what? I think what would be smart is to hold this up, but I want to see what they do, so let's go all attack. that is really is a better defensive creature for right now, but they're just going to take the damage. So what this tells me is I'm going to bring in, okay, so next damage. Let's bring in another Youthful Knight. You're able to be defensive still. I don't really feel like pulling that up because it's really early in the game. We're not that hurting for life. We're not near the danger zone of 10 life. So all that glitters, alright. Alright, so now unfortunately we're going to be taking some damage. Okay, so we didn't get any lands. We have first strike going on here. Outflank is something I want to hold up. So what I want to do is, yeah, we're going to hold up outflank and we're going to do a little bit of flashing. So we're not going to attack since it has vigilance, and we're just going to pass. Okay, so they got the flyer, and that is a problem. So now I have to decide on which this. Okay, so now we have to figure out. With this, we can give something death touch. I'm gonna have to hold outflank for the prized griffin. Pass to attack him. Oh, so they figured we have something up. It is a smart move, but we do have something to do with that. I want to hold the outflank. So we're gonna double block. 3 or greater. I'm going to get the griffin out, and defensively we can double block here. We can block any of these. Okay, so they're putting a counter thing. Realistically, they're going to have a 4/4 now, or they're going to pump. Okay, so they're pumping that. We do have outflank open, so I think we're just going to have to use the outflank. They have the buff. They have, nope. Okay, return target. Okay, so they saved it. So they're able to play it. They did lose their counter, but they still have a 2/1. So a bit of an advantage. We are getting mana screwed like crazy. So I'm going to still hold this up. I can go here because we are losing a little bit of life. We definitely have a huge disadvantage right now. So just, actually I'm going to hold that off. I'm just going to pass. I do not like playing so conservatively and so defensively with an aggro deck. The issue is trying to get around what they've got going on. So this can give something Death Touch and Lifelink. It's definitely useful. So now that is a bit of an issue. I don't really want to take it. You know what? Yeah, well, let's just take it. No blocks. Pass. So if I can get a land, that would be so wonderful. Not a land. Okay, we've been getting really mana screwed. Usually 1 in 3 you would draw land, so I thought I would have drawn a land by now. I'll have to figure out what to do. At this point, it's almost need to build up a defense. So yeah, let's just build that defense up. I would like to still be able to hold this up, but it's not going to be working in our favor right now. We'll deal with some other creatures, so we need to be able to deal with either of these, which the knights can. Don't want to take more damage. We can gain 3 life, drain them, so I don't like doing this. This is what it is, and that really is hurtful. They are just, I'm not playing my game right now. So let's just do a little bit of draining. Realistically, we do not have a board wipe. Been playing so defensively that this game is not looking in our favor. This is protection from white. So we're just going to have to pass. I don't want to do this. We can't bring in Death Touch, which that's something. It would be able to live through this, so they don't have any cards in hand. They're going to be able to start hitting in the air. We need to bring up some more defense. No attacks. So yeah, we're just going to start taking beats in the air. Okay, so we finally have another land. Alright, so it does have protection from white. So it can't be blocked, target, or dealt damage. That is very unfortunate. We do have a way to hold some stuff up, so I will be able to hold this up. Can't really block here. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this. Unfortunately, we're just going to take a bunch of beats. And then we're going to pass. So we're so far behind, and this just puts them at a huge advantage. So target creature. So unfortunately, we're going to be losing one of these three. So we're going to pass to attack. We're going to take 3, go down to 10. You can't get aggressive, and I hate doing this. I'm going to have to play more offensively. Have to build up the bodies, and I don't like doing this. This is exactly not what I wanted to do this entire game plan. We're so behind that I don't know what to do in this situation. So let's go here. And I'm just going to go swinging on both of these and see what happens. Pay 2, what's doing this? Oh, okay, so I can't. Cancel. So cancel to, okay. This just feels like a game loss. And man is screwed from the very beginning. Completely forgot this is a taxes card. Looks like we're going to lose this one, and we can't draw our kill spell. Not draw a kill spell. We will have to pay this, so we need to at least leave some up. I'm not liking how this is turning out. Whole protection from white's really hurting us there, else we could have gotten back. So I'm just going to go combat, pay the 2. This game is practically over, but I still try to keep fighting the good fight. We're losing our defense. This will affect they have death touch in such big bodies, but we're just going to keep taking damage in the air. Now we're going to play this out to gain a little bit of life. Realistically, though, we're just going to keep taking the 3 over and over again, so we're at a 3 turn clock. This can hit only target creature. Alright, so that's getting rid of our life gain. We're still at a 3 turn clock. Okay, they're just going all for it. And do we give it to them mathematically? So that's 1, 2. Yeah, let's just give it to them. Let's see how much damage they can do. Okay, we could have blocked some of it, but we were going to lose anyway. It's unfortunate. I really hate when that happens. I was playing too defensive with an aggro deck, and that's kind of what hurt me. So they got ahead of us until it was just too late. Okay, so this time I'm going to try not to play so defensively and be more aggro when I'm playing an aggro deck. Definitely not playing control. Alrighty, we're ready. Spindrift is who we're playing against. Okay. Because we got plenty of lands. We're pretty short on creatures, but we got some stuff going on. So let's just see what happens. I'm definitely keeping this. It's me not going to be able to trigger Adamant. Oh, hello to you too. So green. Alright, so another cauldron. So I'm just going to lay this out. So next turn, we definitely have our play. Unfortunately, we're going to lose something eventually, but that's how removal works. So we're just going to play this out. So for the next 2 turns, there's not a whole lot to do. I can try buffing this up, but realistically, they're going to blow it up. Oh, okay, so they're playing the creature. So So that works for me. I can go all out with the aggro plan. I don't like using a kill spell like this, but let's see what they do. Nope, next damage, okay. Don't have anything to play, so we'll hold that off. So they got their food. Can still have the option to blow something up. So it does give them a ramp. So we're probably going to take 2. Yep, we're taking 2. Definitely like how big that body is. Okay. Yep, they're blowing up our youthful knight. Goodbye, youngin'. Okay, so we're gonna play the land, get our adamant trigger. 3/6. This green, they're not really gonna have much of a kill spell unless you got a buff. They do have food. They also could have the giant coming down. Yep, they got the giant coming down. So that is not good. We do have a death touch spell, so it does have summoning sickness. So I'm going to play defensive, even though I said I didn't want to play defensive. Gonna have to. I've never actually seen the art of this. I quite like that art. The giant coming down from the beanstalk. Okay, so they got the adamant. Now we are way behind. So I want to be able to deal with both of those. This does have a 3. Need to leave up that. So not concerned about playing this out quite yet. Need to leave that up. So I'm going to just pass. I'm going to play this defensively. Last game that bit me, but this time I don't really have much of an answer to a 7/7. So mono green food. It's a lot of little boars. 3 little pigs. So I'd like to keep the paladin. Oh, my turn. Okay, yeah, I'll take my turn. So they're just looking to go wide. So with all of this, I need to hold up. Oh, I won't be able to hold the black and go here because that's 6 lands. So yeah, let's do some training and then pump this up here, or tap lands, I should say, here, and hold that up. So just gonna pass. So now they got blockers. They can go wide. They got their food coming back. So unfortunately, they might have another way to make a giant. No, they're just gonna make it really big. We got a 10/10 on the board. We do have a way to deal with that. Hopefully they don't know this. Just passing the deck. Realistically, they're going to attack their 10/10. Okay, so yeah. It only has reach, so they're just going as wide as possible. Seeing this, not a big fan of that. They might have a pump spell, but pass the blocker. So I'm going to block here, and then I'm going to try to block as much as I can here. They do have that, though there is the food pump spell, though, so that concerns me. It does pump up 5. I'd like to keep this. They could board wipe us. But just in case, I'll block like this. They got the pump spell, and they're gonna, they can sack the food to the pump spell if they have it. No, they're just gaining life. Okay, so that's perfect. So now in response, we're gonna give this, we're gonna gain some more life. We're gonna be able to deal with that. We still have the advantage. Oh, they did create some food. So they do have a way to bring back another giant later on. If they can find that. We can go in the air, and that's something they can't do. This does have menace. We can trigger it, but we also, I want to start going in the air. None of these have vigilance. We can deal with their creatures. So I'm going to play a little defensively with this. Realistically, what I should do, since I'm up so much, is attack here so they can't destroy it. They have no way to, yeah. They do have, realistically, what? That would be 25 life is what they're looking at right now. But they might use it for utility. And I could only block so much. Taking 1's not that big of a deal, so I'll just go in with the 1. It's guaranteed damage and guaranteed gonna live. Okay. And on next turn, you can start going with the Griffin, since we got here. Alright. It's very expected. So we got the advantage of the prized Griffin, but they are mono green food, so we have the advantage of life. I can play the Paladin next turn, but there's not a whole lot of action going on. Just kind of waiting for them to decide what they're going to attack with. Yeah, no, that's not good for me at all. Oh, the thing's gotten even bigger. They're not going to attack. There's no way they're going to attack with it. They're not going to want to lose it. I mean, it would be a 2-for-1. Okay, I'm very surprised. So just going to have to deal with it. Since in the future, you're not going to be able to deal with it, but I would like to deal with it now. I can deal with the little piggy, and this isn't that big of an issue. They will get another food, which is a concern, so they're up on life. But being able to take care of their 4/4, having the biggest creature in the battlefield, is definitely not helpful for me. So make sure we can get the Adamant trigger. So right now we're losing the race. So the question is, do I play defensively or do I play offensively? Because they have a lot more damage that they can do than me. So let's see what they got. Because they can have pump spells. They have a 4. I can deal with that. You know what? Yeah, let's just go aggressive. Okay, so next turn, realistically, we're going to have to block here. And they have 2 of the creatures. They can make more food, so that's even more food for them. So now their life total is at 22. They're attacking the pig, trying to gain some life. They don't have a pump spell, so they might want the giant. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it. I mean, they might not. They did make a food deck, so there is that. Okay, so they're just trying to ramp up their life right now, so they don't have another giant card, as far as I know, in the deck. Okay, so this is very helpful. So what I want to do is, yeah, just gonna go attacking with this. Hold back the knight. Actually, attack with both. Why not? Well, I don't want to lose my defense. Yeah, I know for a fact this will live. Well, this does have menace. They would have to double block, and I can just hit each of them. So let's see what they do. Are they just going to take it? Target knight gain. So I can give this itself that. Okay, so that's great for me. It's kind of what I wanted to see, but unfortunately. So make sure we deal with that. I'm going to bring in this. So they're going to sack for more food. Okay, so now we have the advantage. Since both of their creatures will be gone, because Death Touch just needs to deal 1 damage to each, we're looking at 7. We have the life advantage from the gaining the life off of our knight. And alright, so now we're just going to play this out to do some draining gain. Get the advantage back. We have the aggro advantage. They don't have any more food. Now we can just start the beats. Good game. Okay. Are they... Nope. Alright. So let's see what happens. Alright, so they're going to make more food, or what's going to happen? Are they just going to concede? They do have 3 cards in hand. They said good game. So, could be a good game. Alright, so they got a big old defender. Oh, I really like seeing that. Pumps up for the win. Pump the jams, pump it up. So no matter where they block, that's just game. GG's. Alright, on to the next one. So we're going to claim some prizes. 2 and 1. See how far we can go. Alright, that's quick. So we're on the aggro plan. Hopefully we can at least see 2 to 3 lands in this. Be awesome if we can see both of Orzhov's colors. Well, we do have the way to cast it. Since pretty much everything in our deck is a knight, this is amazing to keep for me. Keep it. I'm going to play this eventually. But for now, just going to play that, not try to reveal exactly what we're doing, because this is holy information. Okay, so that holds off even more. They could have a burn spell, so what I would like to do, hold off information, and not make them think we're completely knights. Even though we are, holding information is sometimes the key to victory. So they're Rakdos, okay, so they're going to have a bunch of removal. Oh, they're knights as well? Or, oh, it just makes things cheaper, so they are doing this setup. So they're doing this setup. They could still have the removal, but this is what I'm going to play because that's what we got. And all attacking. All aboard. Okay, so now they have a creature that attacks, tap and untap non-human creature. It gets +1/+1 against trample. Okay. So I don't have either way to deal with this. I mean, to adamant trigger. Unless I would have played it a little differently. I do need some way. So I could have played it smarter and did the adamant this turn, so I didn't think that through. What I want to do is just go on attacking with the Youthful Knight. So it has first strike, and they're definitely going to do a lot of pumping onto this. Not actually, yeah, just attack with that. I don't really want to put myself that far behind. I did a misplay, but sometimes that happens. I want to keep being aggro. We got the advantage right now, and realistically they're going to have some kills. Okay, so that's a knight. There, they can tap the ogre, but I don't think they're going to put their defenses down. Okay. So now we have this to play. I want to go with the griffin, because we get an advantage. We no longer have the advantage with this, but we do have it's a death toucher. The griffin hopefully can seal our victory. It does have, okay. There's no attacks. We're going to go passing. So if I didn't make that misplay earlier, we would have definitely had the 3/6. We would have been able to block a lot more. So this is going to get +2/+2 to whatever they equipped it to. I'm generally surprised we haven't seen any removal yet, so they're looking more of Rakdos aggro. Alright, they got the adamant trigger. Alright, so it's a 5-er. So we're going to use the death touch. So whenever it attacks, another attack. Okay, so block. We'll get rid of their ogre. And this is 1 to a knight. They have no knights, which is good for us. Fortunately, now we're out of action. Try to hold up the bluff that we have in that one knight. They packed one, pick one. Now nothing has reached, right? And nothing has reached, so we're going to go up in the air. They can give this trample, but they're not going to want to do that because they need as many bodies as they can. This will have menace. It does have menace. Excuse me. It's realistic. Okay. So it's whenever this deals damage, I draw cards. Right? When this deals damage to an opponent discards a card at random and draws a card. So they could have the death touch card. I don't really want to waste my blocker. Let's go here. So you know what? We're at such a high life gain. I don't want to lose a creature. Don't want to lose defense. They're in danger range. Nothing has reached. I'm fine with doing that instead of taking. Okay, so here. Perfect. This has Vigi. Okay, so actually, what do I want to play this on? Because this is a 4 and that's a 3. This will have first strike, but it just makes things. Okay, so vigilance, yeah. Oh, it has enters the battlefield attached to a knight you control. Okay, so I misread things. So I'm going here for simple fact. This has menace. It's got a bigger body. I want to have a bluff. Of the attack and block, I can only deal with one. So the strategy I need to go with is just attacking here, the one. Now I have bigger blockers, holding the bluff. Alright, so what are they going to do? Realistically, they're either going to play a kill spell or equip this somewhere. Okay, so they're grinding. Playing more creatures, trying to go wide. Still can't deal with the air assault. Kill spell would be nice, but a creature would be even better right now. So only thing they can really equip it on for cheap would be the knight. Okay, so yeah, they go 4 or 5 now, but still nothing with reach, so we already had a huge advantage. There's a 1-drop. Okay, so there's a creature. I can definitely play that. And I want to build up my wall, so just going to keep hitting him with the griffin. Right now we're on a 4-turn clock. As long as we have the griffin, we win. Actually, I should say, as long as they don't have a reach creature, and as long as they don't have a kill spell. So yeah, realistically, oh, so right there. Trample and reach. Need to deal with this. Them having that on the board is a huge problem. With power 3 or greater, that's all of their creatures. So now we need to start playing defensively. Unfortunately, can't attack with the griffin this turn. My mouse is acting up. Alright, so we're just going to pass and just start poking them with the princess. Thank you, beloved princess. Hopefully win us the game. We are on such a slower clock now than we used to be. Stone Coil Serpent could pick up for them. Interesting, though, to see if they switched over. Oh, okay. So they took some damage. Gonna have to take the 5, or do we block and lose our body? I don't want to play. Okay, so there. Okay, perfect. So I definitely want to make something bigger. Yeah, let's first play the princess so we can make our clock a lot faster. They can't block anything here. I want to make this knight have better defense, and then we're going to keep the bluff next to combat. We're going to poke him, keep poking him until we win this game. We have to hold up that wall. Now we have the paladin with such strong toughness. Okay, so we're back to a slower clock, but that's okay. They might have the Death Touch spell, but I would like to be able to avoid damage. It could also be a bluff like we've been holding the last few turns, so I'm going to go with the... you know what? I'm going all for it. Hopefully they don't have it, because this is very risky now that I think about this, because that's 5, but if they have the Death Touch spell, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to block and hope that they don't have the Death Touch spell. If they do, then I just made a horrible mistake. If they don't, then it seals the game. Yep, okay. Horrible mistake indeed. Okay. So now we need the blockers. Next combat, and all swinging. Gonna put this here. Cancel. Okay, so and what that's 4. I really should have did math, because that's 6, or that's game if they can deal with this. But yeah, 4, 8. We can buff this. Okay. So I'm gonna have to hope that this lives, because if not, we win. So I definitely made a misplay with those blocks. I should have only let one creature die and keep going in. But if they don't win this turn, we win next turn. Like, if they don't win this turn, okay, so yeah, okay, that's game. Nothing can block. That's lethal. GG's. So it's all about blocks. In that game, I messed up. They held up the mana. I knew the card existed, and I should have just kept the 1. It did have trample, but I would have had more bodies. I made the risky play, and it bit me. Made a rookie mistake. That happens to the best of us. Hopefully we can get a few more wins in. For me personally, draft is my favorite format for the simple fact that you never know what you're going to play. Everything is at an even playing field. The fact that I didn't bring $1,000 deck and somebody didn't bring $100 deck, or I didn't bring a $20 deck and somebody didn't bring a $10,000 deck. You never know the variations of what exactly could be brought forward. But when you're at the playing table and you have draft, everybody has an even chance. We've all played our entry fee. We've all had a chance to pick our cards. Now, there is luck sometimes with the simple fact that some cards are just way better than other cards. But mostly it's commons and uncommons, so we all have an equal chance. It just comes down with your drafting skill, and over time, everyone gets more drafting skill. You get better or you get worse. The only way to get better is by keep practicing. That's with anything. If you want to be an artist, you just got to keep on doing your art, whether it's drawing, sculpting, painting, whatever. The more you do something, the more you have repetition, the better you get at something. Okay. So I definitely want to... So do I want to play here? Well, I can't deal with the air. I can't outflank, but should I leave that up? So we leave both of these up. I can outflank something. So let's go to combat. See what they do. So that's what happens. Or are they just going to take the 1? Okay, so yeah, let's just, if they're blocking, do that. And next damage, didn't gain anything, didn't lose anything. So they got their broom. Okay, sacrifice another permanent. You may pay 3 if you do create a token to copy of the broom. Okay. So, pass. We're going to be milling. Not having a way to deal with that is definitely a problem. So my turn, I'm going to bring it in. I'll give another creature. Battlefield. Unfortunately, it is low. I can do this. Makes things a little bit bigger. Hold up defense. But we're going to keep getting poked in the air. Can't deal with this. I can deal with that, but unfortunately they do have a Sorcerer's Broom. Right now I'm in a very difficult situation. We both have even, so if I attack, let's see, they're going to block, I'm down a creature, and then I have the smallest creature on the board, so I'm not going to attack. When I say smallest creature, they do have a 1/1, but they have evasion with it, so it gives it a little bit of an advantage over me. I do have some food, so my life count does go up, so not looking good for us. Hoping this isn't the last game of the stream. Okay, so I'm going to play this out. I'm going to play the creature, and I don't want to play empty-handed. I want to hold up a bluff. But I also want to be able to play. We can play anything in our deck next turn. So that's Menace. They didn't Adamant. Same situation, but I think I want to go attacking and try to get them down to 1 creature. So exactly what I thought was going to be the blocks. It's the almost optimal block for them to do. We're going to keep getting poked by this little eye collector. Need a way to deal with that thing. I guess if we would have taken one of the fairies in the draft, we could have. But no, this was a nice pull. So, can gain some life. This can't block this. So I think what I want to do is actually attack with both of these. Since it's guaranteed 1 damage and net 2 life. They do have... Oh, they have the pump. They can pump it up. So actually, that's not a... No attacks. In turn. And we can gain 3 life out of this. We do have a Death Toucher. But we're going to keep getting poked in the eye. Keep on collecting. So we'll just net our food right now so that we can at least try to go back up in life. It's going to be a very slow, grindy match. And if we cannot find a way to deal with this eye collector, that's just going to be game. If we lose it already, we have not lost a way to deal with it. We are not gaining any advantage. So it is another night, so this will not gain indestructible, but it does have Death Touch. They have 2 eye collectors, which put it in a very bad spot. I'm just going to go with it, just the fact that it's Death Touch. Taking it, we're going to take the 2. We have a way to deal with creatures. They do have a way to pump this. But yeah, we're just going to... Now we're going to get shocked every turn until we can deal with these eye collectors. Okay, so that's unfortunate. Gonna have to just play another creature. And I'm just going aggro. They have the way to pump this up, but I can take it out, so attack. Okay, with this indestructible, so it's not gonna die. I have to just get more aggressive than them, or else I'm just accepting defeat to these fairies. End the turn. Oh, I spent. Okay, so mill 4 cards. You may choose a creature card from your graveyard. You do return to the battlefield. Oh, okay. So yeah, this tree folk, it just beat us. Like we were already getting beat by the eye collector, but the fact that they're okay, so they made a pretty good strategy going on. They're just the self-mill deck with reanimation. I'm curious, that's an archetype in this or not? Oh, so we can gain some life. So I mean, we can block here. I don't have a whole lot going on, but I do need to gain some life. Drains and gains. So I'm just going to have to pass because they have a Death Touch, and I'm having to deal with these little eye collectors, the little fairies. If I can get the Griffin out. So now this does not have trample, so that's good for me. This does have a menace, which is an issue. This has Death Touch. Hopefully you have no way to give it trample. So there. Block here. Block here. They do have green, so they don't have any food. Just in case. Block again. Probably better to block with the Smitten Swordsman. That's kind of how I want to do it. But realistically, that was not very smart. I should have just blocked with both of these since only one of them would die. Now there's a chance I'm losing my... Yeah, I just made a bad play. Because realistically, they have a way to trample. They're going to go here. So I should have kept my Knight of the Keep back. Because it can do a lot more damage. I did gain some life. I did get rid of their stuff, and I would have had a better chance at being aggro. And oh wow, okay then, that's another tree folk coming in. So Wow. I'm very surprised that just happened. Yeah, I made a bad mistake, and that's just... Wow. So I'm just going to attack with both of these. Try to poke. Without not having trample. But yeah, if I would have only left those two up, I would have killed it. Having to deal with this thing. 7, because that's 7 exactly, so I'm just going to take it. Because that leaves me up with a lot of damage. Even if they have the pump, I'm gaining some life. That's a 3-turn clock, because I'm surprised it didn't attack with their eye collectors. It's another land. I don't need the lands. But so they can pump this once. So attack, 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 attack. Gaining a bunch of life in the process. So they can definitely take out one of these. Smittens. They choose to, yeah, so they choose to pump. The whole point of attacking there was to gain life. It's very unfortunate. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're going to do some of that. We are up a lot. So I'm only up I don't know why I'm still holding the bluff up. They're going to be able to play this out. Oh, okay, so now... Okay, so as much... They've just nullified pretty much everything I can do. So no blocks. Finally. I've been needing that for a long time to be able to deal with these little buggers. I'll attack. They can't pump. I am going to lose a little bit going on. So that's gaining life. Gaining life. Getting through. Okay, so... Gained life. So it's going to be struggle. Okay. So they have the advantage with a 2-turn clock. I have a disadvantage since I'm at a 3-turn clock. So no blocks. Looks like giving them another blocker. Okay, so this is useful. Next, I have to attack here. 6 minutes. So this is going to drain every single time I attack, so I'm fine with losing. Am I really fine with, yeah. Either want to do some advantage blocking here or have to get aggro. The only way I can win this is by getting aggressive. So that takes that out. I have this coming down, but it doesn't have trample, so I'm going to have to gain some life. I'll gain that back. I'm going to have to just use chump blockers, essentially. They can only buff this once. Oh, okay, so a creature type gets -3/-3. What do they choose? Some knights. Yeah, that was a big hit. So I'm going... Oh, wow. Is that game? Come back from that and then... So that's game. Okay. GG's. Even if I hit them, they're going to 4. Wow. Alright, so that was the draft into today. So what did I learn? I need to count up my blockers. I need to do a little more math. When it comes down to my instincts of telling me they might have this card, like in the scenario where I blocked with 3 creatures and I lost, it was to give me the advantage to try to win, but that was a mistake. I also blocked with an extra blocker at some point. I played a little too defensively with an aggro deck, so I definitely have some things to learn. I was able to get some gems back and a pack. So what we're going to do is go ahead and check that pack out, and then I'm going to be signing off for today. So let's see what we get. What goodies do we get? Okay, and our rare is... Alright, Stolen by the Fae. Return target creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand. You create X, 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying. Okay. Well, I had a lot of fun today. I didn't get to win as much as I would like, but that doesn't always happen. And then, thank you again for everyone who watched this video, whether it was on Twitch or it was on YouTube. We really do appreciate everybody watching. And as far as everybody showing up to play, showing up to watch, thank you again. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and go over to MTGplay on YouTube and hit that notification bell to get a video, to get a ring every single time that we come up with new content, so you can be the first to see it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see all of our content, and we really do appreciate all the feedback that we get. Don't forget to hit this like. And then, without further ado, this was Luna. I am signing off.